They out here driving around like it ain't no money out here. Like everybody's just poor and don't have anything. Everybody wants to play the victim these days. You know, because the election's coming up and everybody wants to seem to try to make a reason why they just don't want to spend any money. So I'm gonna do this brief episode on how really you think you're saving money. I don't care if it's cash or whatever it is, this money in your bank account, but you're not saving anything, because as soon as one market closes, there's another market that opens. So you're really not saving anything. And the thing is that you really should always look at any spending that you're doing as an investment. Any investment that you make, you have to, once you make that investment, you have to mark the time that you invested and make this investment. So say for instance you made an investment at 4 o'clock. After you make that investment, you mark the time, which would be 4 o'clock, right? And from there you want to follow what's called a cycle, because all currency has to flow through this cycle, or money, or whatever you want to call it. Has to flow through various cycles. There's actually a difference between currency, money, and even notes. Notes being like a promise to pay, money being paper backed to buy certain commodities, meaning that you're really paying with these commodities and you're just using this paper as a barter or a means of exchange. And then you have what's called currency, which is the most important form of money right now, because this is credit. And currency is based on energy, electricity. So when you make this investment, for instance, in whatever you buy, once you make that investment, the note is gone. So say you bought something with like $1. I'm going to use these $2 in this video for an example. So say you buy something with $1, right? So you buy something with this $1, and what's going to happen is that it's now tied up into whatever you spent it on, whether it's food or whatever you bought, and it sits in that investment until a certain time in the market. Now in the United States, around 5 o'clock in Los Angeles, all your money is being converted over to commodities like gold and stuff like that. Like all your money is being converted over to commodities, right? So you're losing all of your credit or whatever at that point, at that time of the day, because it's all going into commodities. So you don't have any money unless you have some type of way, have finance. And I'll get into finance in a couple of weeks. I'm going to talk a lot about finance. So if you don't have finance tied up into these different commodities, then what are you talking about? You're not saving anything. The people, they trip me out because they're like, I don't want to, get a part of your program because I want to save my money. Because I do stuff on a local level, as you guys know. And then I have people that are like, I want to be a part of it and everything, but I need to save my money. And I'm like, you're not saving anything. Everything that you have is going to be tied up. And I'm going to explain to you, it gets deep. Because after it goes into commodities, then it goes into resources like oil and petroleum and stuff like that. But I'm talking about liquid resources. So plastic is oil, right? So there's certain rituals you can't even get rich. You see what I'm saying? Because you haven't paid homage to these resources that your money's being cycled through. That's right, your money's been cycled through plastic and oil. And then after that, it gets cycled at nighttime at like midnight, Eastern time. It's being cycled into dope and shit. Yeah, that's right, I said drugs. And the thing is that, see, money is, everybody wants to be rich and they want to be innocent. But money doesn't really respond to the innocent, meaning that, I'm not saying you have to go and hurt somebody, but if you're not innocent, means you're just kind of like lucking up on getting money, and you working a job, and they like Christians call it, you're blessed. When these people that's running the world, they are more so what you would consider, they use like what's called deliberate intent to manifest their money, which takes the innocence out of it. So there's certain rituals and homage that you would have to pay to every aspect of the cycles of economics before you can claim any type of monetization, is what I call it. And that's real money. Once you get monetization, then you use that to finance. So like for instance, someone did sign up for my program. I'm not saying I didn't get any, and they used K Capital. That was smart. Because I have, according to monetization, I was telling you earlier, I have like over $20,000 in K Capital, and today I actually made probably about $200 in credit just off of K Capital. Even before I got this note. So this person is, in my eyes, is investing into the currency and using this as proof that they have an investment into the total price point, which I said I have over probably $10,000 to $20,000 in K Capital. So that's an example. So K Capital is out of Dallas, right? The K Federal Reserve is out of Dallas. So you're talking about many different cycles that this is one of the richest actually notes right now circulating as far as cashing out. Because K Capital owns a lot of Los Angeles. Land in Los Angeles is actually tied up under K Capital. And I'm going to get into that because I know you have a Federal Reserve out in Los Angeles. Out in California, However, that's tied in with San Francisco Federal Reserve, and they deal with internal finance. That's different. So when you talk about cash, you're looking at K Capital. So you don't have anything if you don't have certain investments in the cycles of currency. So before you go looking at what you about to buy and this and that, you make sure you stay vigilant and keep those things in mind. You have nothing unless you pay homage to every aspect. You have to visa every aspect of this cycle when you spend money. This is how you must look at it, because eventually they're going to get rid of hands-on money like Visa cards and stuff like that. And money is going to be tied into the vision, like I was telling you, and I'm going to get deep into that probably on the next episode. I'm going to go more into how to use your vision to buy things. So I hope this helped. Stay vigilant, stay wise, and as always, gotta go. Airtime is low. Thank you again.